On today's episode of Warehouse Safety Tips, we're going to be talking about hard hats, so stay tuned.
Welcome to Warehouse Safety Tips. If you're a seasoned vodcast viewer, this vodcast is going to be different from most that you watch. It's based around exactly what the name implies, warehouse safety tips. And since the people in this industry are busy, we know that time is money, so each episode will be as short and to the point as possible. And now, with all that out of the way, let's get to the vodcast.
On today's episode of Warehouse Safety Tips, we're going to be talking about PPE in the form of the head, hard hats. We've covered ears, we've covered hands, we've covered feet, and we've covered eyes. But hard hats are going to be quite possibly one of the more important things that come in the PPE realm. You only get one head. Okay, so it's very, very important to protect it. Hard hats are going to come in the form of plastic, metal, fiberglass, and possibly other materials. But one of the things that is going to be most unique about a hard hat is the way of the suspension on the inside. It is going to absorb impact if something hits your head. And the idea is to avoid things either penetrating or causing any sort of an injury to your head. So it's just absolutely paramount that you wear a hard hat all the time. We've started saying this, and it's going to sound like a broken record, but it's in the moments that you don't think something's going to happen. So if you take off your glasses because they're hot or because they're fogged up, or you take off your hearing protection, or for some reason or another you're taking off a back brace, which we haven't actually covered yet, at least not in the last couple weeks. But it's always those things that when you take something off, or if you're trying to not have it on at the moment because quite possibly management's not looking, you're hot, it's uncomfortable, it's something that you can't get into a certain area because you have it on, or whatever the situation may be, that's when the usual things happen and disaster strikes. So it's always in those cases, or let's just not say always, let's say in many cases, it's those moments where you say, I've done it 100, I've done it 1,000, I've done it 10,000 times and nothing happened, but it's because it was off. So make sure that you always wear the proper hard hat or protection on your head, and don't ever sway away from that. And it's in the moments that you do the things that people aren't looking that's going to be most important. So even if the people around you aren't wearing them, or whatever the case may be, just know that you don't want something to fall or poke your head, or bump your head, or fall on your head in any way, shape, or form without those hard hats. So I do want to apologize for this being one day late. One of the perils of living in an area where there's developments. Yesterday they cut our internet line, so this is a milestone episode, 175 episodes in a row, trying to bring you the best safety tips and just very quick bite-sized safety tips. But we still were able to get it in a day later, so we're still, consistent weekly broadcast, but I really don't like to ever, sway away from that. So I do apologize for it being one day late. So guys, thank you very much for being part of this milestone episode, 175 episodes in a row. Make sure that you wear your hard hats and all the other PPE. And until we talk next time, have a great and safe day. And here is a word from one of our sponsors.
It's scientifically unexplainable. It's virtually indestructible. And it's taking over the entire planet. But in a really good way. It's Mighty Line floor tape, the most durable floor tape in the world. 7 times thicker than average floor tape. Beveled to endure pounding warehouse traffic. And backed with a super strong peel and stick adhesive, so you'll never have to worry about painting shop floors again. Mighty Line floor tape, the only durable stripe.